Hello, and welcome to a new Let's Play. It's Forbidden Siren 2. Yes, on the PS2, I am actually doing the real sequel to Forbidden Siren. Not the fucking remake known as Blood Siren, which is on the PS3, and I don't have. I'm sure I'll do that next year, but right now, we're doing Forbidden Siren 2. And Forbidden Siren 2 is more polished, you could say? I wouldn't really agree with that, but supposedly people say it's a lot better than the first game. The gameplay is improved and everything like that. There are some things that they fucked up on though. But right now, let's just worry about this, like the brightness levels, you know, how bright shit is. Is it too bright? Is it not bright enough? I'm going to put it on about the same as this gray background, I guess. -4. I think that'll do some good here. I'm sure it won't be too dark. Make it a bit lighter. Nah, I might just put it on default. I can make it like full brightness if I wanted to, so you can actually see what's going on, but I'll put it on default of 0. And we'll also be choosing normal difficulty. Now, in the original, there was no difficulty. Difficulty was out all over the fucking place you saw before, with the missions and such, with Akira's secondary mission being the hardest fucker in the entire game, and that was not even halfway through the game, while there were a lot of easy fucking missions, and secondary missions, just strewn all about, and difficult ones as well. It's all over the place. There's also a few other things, like camera, and alert effect, and fucking, you know, but we are going to be doing it on normal difficulty. We'll be doing it on the hardest we can get. There is a hard difficulty, but we have to unlock it. And I will show off what you get for doing that. But right now, we're doing normal. We're playing the game. And we're going to see what we get first.
Daddy?
Uh-huh.
Your job is looking for treasure, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm really good at that too. I found lots of treasure today.
Is that right? So, shall we go treasure hunting tomorrow?
Yeah. I wish Kanai could play outside with us too.
Good night, Shu.
Night.
You must keep somebody put myself right down the door. Just in there, someone. Come on. Oh, okay. Open up. Open up. Let's get him.
Daddy? Daddy? Can I?
So we saw off as a little boy, and yeah, we gotta move around, look at our room. We're at this first person view. This won't be exactly the entire game, luckily, but it's for this first mission. And there's a picture book here, which is put to our archive. which doesn't stop us or anything. It just pops up. Secondary mission findings. It just pops the name up and that's it. We can still play. And yeah, that is about it for this room. There's nothing else around here, so we might as well just, you know, go see what's happening with Daddy and such downstairs. I'm sure everything is fine. Nothing's gone bad. Pretty sure the village is just in some kind of panic or something. I'm sure everything's okay.
Daddy! Wake up, Daddy!
Well, that was a sudden twist. And who the fuck was that? Ah, who cares? We were Shu, but now we are Mamoru.
Thanks for helping me out.
Yeah, well, we were going there anyway.
Oh, I see.
So the Red Seas are real, and they are apparently in more places than Hanada, and they are a lot more fucking aggressive. I don't even know what the hell happened and why this shit's suddenly happening with these guys on this boat, but hey, we've also got autosave, so I don't have to manually save anymore, so it will save for me, which is nice. There you go. So that was this link navigator, by the way. We can actually choose shit now. We are not forced into anything like the first game where we had to go through a whole bunch of shit with the first game before we can get our, you know, chapter select ability. Now I can actually go and do any chapter I want freely, which is great. It lets you have control over what you want to do. Somewhat. Because we still have to do this new mission. We are still forced into doing shit that you don't really want to do, but you have to in order to actually get through the game. So, as Mamoru, let's go ahead and begin Encounter. No description, just the title. Let's begin. Hope you like the sudden cuts in the cutscene, by the way, unlike the first game where it was like a fade. We gotta reach the road to Uryuga Forest with Traveling Companion. No name, don't know who our companion is, all we gotta know is that we have to get there. And also, hints! There's gonna be hints in every mission, so luckily the game will help us out a bit.
This place.
But not by much. It won't be that useful. But yeah, this is a big-ass tutorial level. and there will be a few tutorial levels, because right now this is just giving us the basics of the controls, you know, what we have to do, how to move the camera, how to move around, how to fight, all that bullshit, how to jump, which is mainly just interacting with the X button. Yeah, there's a lot of interactivity to this game now compared to the first game, and most of it is just the usual from the first game as well, you know, moving around, using the fucking camera to look around with your torch and such, you know, using the X button to interact with things, and of course exploring and using the map, which the map is a lot more confusing. Unlike the first game where it, you know, it was just like this static sort of map, but it was all there. Everything was all there. If it had separate floors, you know, you press one button, you're fine. And usually there were only 2 floors. This game, it does things that I don't like with the map. But yeah, once you got the first set of stairs here, you want to actually stop and go to this this broken gate to the side here. It'll tell you you're going the wrong way, but fuck the tutorial right now, because we are exploring for archive items and second objective items as well. Because, you gotta remember, that is a huge thing we have to do in the Siren games. We have to look around and find shit in order to unlock missions and get archive items so we can continue on with the fucking game and learn more about the story. So we have the archive items, like the discarded magazine here, which will give us a story weekly. And there's also leftover cup of noodles. The turtle jelly noodles. Did you fucking forget turtle jelly? You better not from the fucking last part of the actual last part of Siren 1. I told you to remember. Told you to keep fucking know. It's gonna be in the quiz. And here's the fucking quiz. If you've forgotten, ooh, motherfuckers. Anyway, go up the stairs and eventually get a cutscene because villain time. Right, so this works a different way, as now you get an alert or vibration when a Shibito is close to you. But it's the same shit. You crouch, makes it harder for them to spot you, makes you more silent, and turn up the flashlight so they can't fucking see you. That's essentially it. Also, crouching is a lot more faster than the original because you can basically run while crouched, which is nice. But yeah, that's how different this is. And yeah, crouching is essentially not that different to speed as running or walking. So you can crouch the entire game and you'll sort of get the same sort of results and such. You're not going to lose too much. But yeah, there are action points. There's a lot of action commands in this game. And you're going to have to get used to the fact that every action command is the X button, or sometimes pressing triangle. Before the original, everything was triangle at least. Now it's a mix. It's sometimes triangle and mostly X button. You won't be going in the menu as much as you did beforehand at least. But yeah, this is area over here, and there's also a weapon that we have to find. And by the way, the weapon thing is a bit different. There's a Scantling here. I mean, it's not too different how it works, but essentially, we don't just do one attack. We can do multiple. But right now, that is how we break a door, that's how we unlock a door, and that's how we get inside.
Hey, are you alright?
What? Where?
Are you hurt?
What is it?
I see what's going on. Stay here and keep hidden.
I love the voice acting in this game. Anyway, this is our companion, and we have to get her with us all the way to the exits. So, yeah, it's doing that shit again as Siren 1, but luckily the companions are a lot more different.
Please, help.
Who's after you? I mean, I can tell you to wait, which I have to for the tutorial, and I can also go ahead and shout, alert them here.
Hey!
There's no one here though. I don't know what you're scared for. I see no one. Nobody's coming after me. I shouted. Nothing happened. You're just scared for no reason. I mean, I'll let you wait here, but I'm leaving. Oh, this fucking guy. Well, I can shout the bastard to, you know, get him away from her. So now we use shout. Hey! And, yeah, I'm gonna get bitten because the game is forcing this on me, so I have to quickly shake it off. Which is bullshit. And, yeah, attacking the enemy. Before, it was best to go and hold the X button. Now that is pointless. You should just press X instead, because you can do a free hit combo, and not only will this sometimes, and mostly, if you got the right weapon, stun enemies, but your third move in the combo is the exact same as holding the X button.
Thank you.
So it is faster and better to just keep tapping X rather than holding the X button like the original. So yeah, combat has indeed changed, and so has this map. Have you noticed that there are few bars on the side? This is essentially the floors. This can go up to fucking 10 almost. It's kind of annoying because it's not too confusing the map. It's just knowing where everything is and where to go and such. The map has become a bit more of a pain in the ass because of the fact that they changed the map. And by the way, we have to go up the stairs. It's called a ledge game. So yeah, this is the rest of the bullshit, you know, climbing walls with the X button and such.
Climb over this.
Yes, we can. And yeah, we can quickly glance behind us by flicking the thing back. That's no different to the first game. And of course, some companions are too shit to climb up here, so we have to go into the list menu and pull them up. There's a lot of things. If you played Siren 1, you already have figured this shit out, like, no problem.
I'm sorry.
But there are definitely some things that are new here that you should get used to, like the new combat mechanics and the map and the companions that you will find way later on. Like how stupid and in the way they are. And mission accomplished. Now it's time for a cutscene, like always.
Sergeant Okta! Okta! Please don't die!
As of 2136, there is a state of emergency. From now on, I will be commanding. Prepare to move out.
Yes, sir!
So that was, I'm guessing, the army. Or the military or whatever. I wonder why we're playing as someone in the military, at least. I wonder why we're playing as someone like that. I mean, he has a gun. They all have guns, so this is probably going to be an easy mission, because it's called Battle.
He's already dead. Get up. I understand how you feel, but this isn't a TV drama. We need to move if we want to save ourselves. Let's go.
So Yorito almost got killed immediately, and he's a bit of a shithead, ain't he? He's not that great. But yeah, we gotta reach the road to Yoka Forest. And yeah, it'll teach us how to use firearms. Now, firearms are also a bit different too.
Open fire, Private.
What?
Shoot to disable.
But why?
Now fire. I just gave you an order. This isn't a training drill.
You know how the gun was usually, turn the flashlight on and shoot? Well, it now has changed to fucking using flashlights and holding the aim before firing. You see, I was fine then, but if I'm further away and I just do that, usually it will miss because I didn't aim long enough. This is annoying, because unlike the first game, it makes your accuracy not 100%. Even with the flashlight on, it is not 100%. I mean, in the Siren 1, it was sort of the same bullshit, but this is worse. Also, they're called the Ground Self-Defense Force, so there you go, that's their name. Actually, didn't we hear that sort of name before in the archives of the first game? Oh, whatever. We're playing as this guy and this other guy who's bald and is more serious right now, so... Anyway, we have a rifle. Remember the rifle we had as, back in the first game with Kyoya and such later on? Yeah, it was a fun time aiming that for a lot of people. Well, they've changed it. Aiming is a lot more simpler now. It doesn't, you don't stop on one spot for aiming. You can just move around like that. It's a lot more different with the sniper mode. And I don't mind that. It is better. But at the same time, it ain't that great. Especially when the companion does that. By the way, yes, he is my companion, and he shot a Shibito. I should tell you right now that your companion is going to be a lot less stupid than the original. Because they can fight back. In fact, they will usually fight back. Sometimes they will even run at a fucking Shibito with a fucking gun, with a goddamn melee weapon, and try to beat the shit out of them. It's a mode that the game calls fucking revenge mode or something like that. It's really stupid, and it's also something that I fucking hate. Really fucking hate, in fact, because it really makes defending your companions a pain in the ass when they decide to go you know, berserk mode and try to beat the shit out of a Shibito with a fucking knife when they have a shotgun. Anyway, I should pretty much tell you that we're nearing the end now, and there's an archive item I missed here. I'll come back for it later on in the Let's Play, but yeah, just keep note of that because you're gonna have to. And yeah, we gotta break this as well, which we can break with our gun now. Our gun can be used as a melee weapon as well in case you run out of ammo, so we don't have to fucking worry if we lose all our ammo. That's good news at least. And there you go, mission accomplished. And once again we get a cutscene. We have another character, aka this guy again.
Are you okay? Sit here. He's gone now. You don't have a cell phone, do you? Mine doesn't seem to work here. I see. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait until morning.
My mom.
Huh?
She's being confined in this island.
Eh? What did you say?
I have to rescue her as soon as I can. I have to. And he said he'd help me, but...
Wait a minute. What do you mean? Did you go to the police?
Please, will you believe me? No one will help me. You're the only one.
Okay then. I'm guessing it's gonna be very similar to Kyoya and... yeah, I forgot the name of the rest of the characters. I don't care, because now we're playing as Shigeru Fujita, who is a cop, obviously, because he's got a cop hat on. And his mission is called Omen.
Emergency! Emergency! Police headquarters! Please respond. Oh. Oh no. I bet even a pay cut won't save me this time. What have I done? Sorry to let you down, Asuko. Huh?
So far, you know, none of the characters from the first game have appeared, but it's very much Siren. Also, we've got to reach the road to Hoya now. So we can hold 2 weapons. We can't hold any more. Yeah, this one kind of sucks. Also, light can hurt certain enemies. This, I'll get into later.
I've stirred up more trouble.
But yeah, we gotta acquire the guardhouse key, which is not upstairs, but I go upstairs anyway because I make a big mistake. Also, this map, it gets worse when you're in this, because there are a few areas like this where it's very long, and the areas just sort of branch out a lot further because of it. But yeah, you can only hold 2 weapons in this game, compared to Siren where you can hold any weapon the game gives you. And we could hold up to fucking 5 before, if we had a character that had 5 weapons. Now, you only get 2. I mean, you got a quick switch now, you don't have to fucking go into the menu and switch. You can switch to whatever weapon you're holding. That is your secondary objective thing, you know? You can choose the hammer or you can choose your baton or whatever. That's nice. I mean, your gun, which I dropped. Hang on, I'm gonna switch the baton out for the gun, because I need the gun. I want the new Nambu 38 caliber revolver. And I also want the hammer because it'll be important. It's also stronger. You always want to get stronger weapons. But yeah, the map, it is not very fun to deal with the map in this game compared to Siren 1. I mean, it is sort of more useful, but at the same time, not really. It's mostly because the maps in Siren 1 were a lot more simpler to navigate. The maps in Siren 2 are a lot more complicated. Especially later on. Oh dear God. You remember in Siren 1 when we had to build the nest and how the map of the nest was a big fucking mess, but luckily the game gave us like straightforward hallways on that shit? Imagine if the game didn't do that, and instead the entire fucking map we could navigate, and we could easily get lost and out of place and everything like that on that entire fucking area. That is some of the maps in this game. It's a fucking mess. There's a lot of locations. You can easily get lost. And you can easily have no idea where to go. This is a big problem. Luckily the game will always tell you where to go. Like, go to the steel door. The game wouldn't really tell you that. It tells you that now. In fact, it will give you some objectives a lot, so you better get used to it. But yeah, the steel door, I had no idea what it was talking about, but then I looked at the map and I found out it's this little line here called the steel door. So let's go to it right now. I mean, why not? Here's the steel door.
What's this?
So, yeah, something is in here apparently, and we need to get into our first person mode for this, which is a lot more useful than the first person mode in Siren 1. In fact, we absolutely need it for this shit. Meet a new enemy exclusive to Siren 2. A bunch of fucking shadows. Not only are these guys annoying and appear in the dark and are almost infinite, but also, sometimes you will find shadows that will bring Shibito back from the dead. Yes, the Shibito can now be defeated, but they will come back if these spirits, these shadows, touch their bodies. So you can pretty much get rid of them and keep them down longer. You don't have to come back and beat the shit out of them. But you have to find and get rid of their shadows in order to have that happen. And the shadows are completely annoying, and they get a lot more obnoxious than what you're seeing right now, and they can kill you easily. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure that that is an infinite lot of fucking shadows too. Anyway, cutscene.
You alright?
I was so lonely. For such a long time, I was waiting. Waiting for someone to help me. Someone to become one with me.
No! Who's there?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, we're saved. No. Hey, are you okay?
What's the matter with her?
Hey, stop that! Can't you see she doesn't like it? What do you think you're doing? Stop it, will you?
Major Misawa, look! There!
Great, they're gonna get hit by the wave as well and be Shibified or some shit. Because that's what was happening beforehand in the first fucking game. They take the water in their mouth or whatever and boom. They become Shibito in less than fucking 1 hour. Unless they can fight strongly. Anyway, I missed the thing, so I have to come back and get it now. So, you'll find it inside this room here. Open the door. And then just look around for another room. It should look a a small little storage room. There's an item in there. You would never think to come in here because you would think to just leave the fucking area and be done with the mission. But inside of here you will find a piece of wire, a piece of string. And that wire gives you a certain objective for Ichiko. So yeah, we're done here now. And there you go, now I can play some Mamoru for Vision. Yep.
You okay? What about them? What the hell's going on? What was that?
You witch! What are you doing still alive? You have some sort of trick up your sleeve, didn't you?
Stop that! This way!
Somebody help! Over here!
So that just happened, but yeah, you can tell from the name Vision what this is going to be, what the tutorial for this one's going to be. It's very obvious, and this woman, Yuri Kishida, yeah, she's going to teach us. By the way, we're going to Hidaru. Yep, we're now learning how to do a sight jack, which is something that's always in Siren. So it's going to be very useful, and there's also a lock and quick switch function, so that'll be great. But here we go, sight jack time.
What's going on here?
She's still coming. We better hurry. Close your eyes. Yes.
Right.
Feel around you with your senses.
Yeah, you can tell she's acting a lot like the certain person that will later become a villain in the game. In the first game at least, you remember her. That nun bitch that apparently lived on forever. For 800 years, something like that. Yeah. Whereas the sight jacking, by the way, is really not that different to the original. It has some different effects and sounds and such, and there are a few unique abilities to it, but it's the same sight jack as always, so we'll get used to it real quickly. And right now we're getting the very basics of the fucking sight jacking. And it even tells about the crosses. So blue cross is me, green cross is my companion. And if I look at them after doing the whole thing, they have a red cross. And red cross is enemy. So I have to get past this guy without him looking at this opening, or else he'll see me and attack me. And I don't really want to fight right now. But we want to stop around here, because this guy here is going to give me a nice little hint to get inside the door. Yep, we have to open the dial lock, so the number is also random here, and it's done like this now. 2165. And this guy will only do it once. So yeah, it's not like the first game where he, you know, picks it up, fucks around with it for a bit, and then you zoom in and see it. Now you don't even get to zoom in, but you do get to see the dial as he, you know, actually dials and changes and shit in real time. And then he fucks off and then he comes back. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know, do this now. So it was 2165. There you go. There will be a few times where we have to look for a Shibito's eyes to get a fucking combination. And it is always going to be random, so get used to it. But I'm going to have her hide in that still door because here's the thing about the still door, it holds a weapon that we're going to need. We could also fight with our fists, by the way, if we wanted to. But it is entirely pointless to do that, so don't. Just get a fucking fire poker and beat the shit out of the Shibito that comes in this door. Is he gonna come for the door? Is he not going to investigate the open fucking door? Nope, he's closing it. Well, fuck you, mate. Come on. In you come. Here you go. Yep. Doing good. So yeah, combat is a mixed bag. It's either going to be decent or pain in the ass to deal with. But yeah. There's the map. We have to go, let's see. Live this way up here. Okay, so up here we will get some more tutorial. Yeah, here we go. We can pretty much press the R1 or R2 button to quick search for any Shibito around here. See? And we can instantly search through on any Shibito that's going to attack me by doing this, so that's nice. And of course, locking them with the X, triangle, circle, and square buttons, the usual. Now, sometimes Shibito will come for you, and sometimes they'll come for your companion. Keep note of that. And sometimes your companions will not actually fight back, so also keep note of that as well. We now have an iron pipe. I could have more than like 2 weapons, but the game won't let me, so I have to replace it with a weaker weapon. If I have 2 items as well. So, let's go downstairs on the slope, which I need to go to a railing because otherwise I can't really go down so easily. And once we're down here, we have to go left and fight another Shibito that's around here because it's going to be in the way otherwise. Yeah, sometimes you'll find weapons, like melee weapons, that are weak but fast, and sometimes strong but slow. And it actually sometimes depends on the strength of your character. If the character is extremely weak, they will always be slow no matter what weapon. If he's extremely fucking hardcore, he'll be able to hit enemies no problem. Again, a lot different to the melee fighting in the first game. And again, this can be very fucking annoying because Shibito aren't that varied. They are usually similar in their attacking and their patterns and how fast they are and shit. So, sometimes, if you time it right, the slow attacks can be useful if you're gonna do some hard attacking on them. Especially if you're, you know, going right behind them and shit. And sometimes it will completely fuck you over because they will have ample time to fuck you over before you even have a chance to do one fucking swing. So, you know, melee combat is not as good as it is in the first game, and in fact, trying to fight back is a pain in the ass. It really is a lot of the time. Alright, go to this control panel now. The reason I want to get into the incline control panel is because it has stuff for us. So, over here, there is this. I can pick it up. Or she can pick it up. Or she can get in the way and be a bitch! Fucking AI. There we go. We got the crowbar. We need the crowbar. The crowbar is important. Because it's a crowbar. Also, upstairs, we will find that there is an archive item up here. It should be... there it is. Inspect. A notebook. We now have a police notebook. Nice. Now we can go back downstairs and actually beat the mission now. Yeah, just a note. You'll be looking around a lot for archive items. Especially in certain missions. Oh god, when you see what they've done with how certain missions work and such, you'll hate it a bit, like I do. In a way it's good, in the other way it's bad. There's no absolute good or absolute bad for the most part. It's a mixed fucking bag. Also, here's the shadow that will bring this fucking Shibito back to life. It can make a face too. And as you can see, it is now dead again, in one hit. If you can hit them while they're getting up from being revived, it's just one hit and they're down again. So, that's good news. But yeah, that's about it really for how the combat works, how the map works, and how sightjacking works, which is the one thing they haven't really fucked up on at all. So that's good news. Anyway, we need to get inside this area because there's still an objective that we have to unlock from here. And to unlock it, we have to inspect this. And once we do, we can remove it with our crowbar. Get it? See what we have to do? Yeah, get ready. We don't keep tools. If we have a tool like a crowbar or something like that, we have to keep it. Because if it's a weapon, and it's a tool as well for something to do, we have to keep it in our hands, in our inventory, as a weapon, or else we have to go back and get it. So, that can also be very annoying in case you find a very good weapon with your fucking Shibito, and you can't fucking use it, because you gotta keep 2 weapons for later on or whatever. It sucks. Anyway, we can leave from this door here, so let's do so, Yuri. Mission accomplished. And now we can move on for a cutscene with Akiko.
There's nobody here. We're the only survivors, aren't we? Hey!
Sure. That's right. Open the 7 gates with the 7 keys. Duco, but it can't be. It's too long ago.
Oh, is that like psychic power? Actually, I once saw a ghost, you know? We used to have this dog, but he died, and then... Oh. I can tell you're not really interested. Oh. Hey, I think this is pure gold.
Well, they got affected too, sadly, so that sucks. Okay, I'm gonna bring out the elephant in the fucking room. Not the link navigator of the mission 2 bullshit. I'll do mission 2s later. Not now, later. Also tells you what's locked and such, which is nice. The elephant in the room. Oh. This shit. Yeah, the sightjacking. Here's the thing. There's a lot to this game, and there's also special abilities. And this is where we begin with Chance meaning the special ability shit.
What? Tsukusa, is this your... Is this your... Is this... Has nothing changed?
Daddy, wake up!
That's me.
So, remember back in Siren 1 when we had the blind chick? Have you ever wanted to play as the blind chick? No? Too fucking bad, because Shu is essentially the blind chick in this game. Shu cannot fucking see. You have to use sight jacking to look around. But Shu has a special ability that is very interesting. And we will go into look at it right now, because we have to if we're going to be able to actually get through this fucking level.
Never seen you around. Who are you?
So that just fucking happened. And yeah, we got into the past or something like that. But yeah, we can't see. We're basically near blind. But if we use sight check and look at the dog's eyes, we can look at all the other Shuto's eyes as well, but look for the dog's eyes, we can press the R3 button, and now we can move around. Yes, we can move around with the viewpoint of another character, this time the dog. Now, in a way, this is very interesting and can make for very unique gameplay mechanic and shit. But in another way, it makes it extremely fucking annoying when the camera is going to be a pain in the ass now, because the dog is going to be moving all over the fucking place, and it's going to be very annoying to know where the fuck you are when the dog doesn't even know where the fuck to go. So, you have to essentially move very slowly and carefully, or else you will not know where you're going, because the dog takes for fucking ever to look at you correctly. You cannot control the dog's eyes. You cannot control where the dog moves or where it's looking. The dog does it on its own. It's all AI work, this fucking camera works, so you can't control the camera, but you can control your character. This is not good because the camera on the dog is so fucking retarded you can barely see where you're going a lot of the time, and it makes it so obnoxious. Anyway, we got a shoehorn now. We're not supposed to have a weapon in this level, but we can have a shoehorn just in case we fuck up. And trust me, if you have no idea how to deal with this shit, you will fuck up. And we can't really use Shu's ability on these guys, just on the dog right now. Because all it really does, all Shu's ability is being able to move while in sight jack mode. Which we need. Unless you want to play like that. Like this blurry fucking shit all this time. Do you even want to play like that? At least this map is actually very straightforward, like Siren 1 originally. Just 2 floors. The second floor is just the upper room of that one house. Everything else is one map. It's not too big. It's not too complicated. It's very simple to deal with. This is very Siren 1-esque on the map thing, and it's going to be very nice to deal with. What's not nice is the fucking blind bullshit with Shu. And really, he is essentially blind. You can barely see shit with his viewpoint. So you have to use the sight jack in order to see anything. And it's really not that good. I mean, the dog does have his uses, but only for this one fucking level. I'd like to remind you that you don't play a lot with these characters. For the most part, you'll be playing as 3 or 4 characters. Also, the Shibito do talk a lot more. They don't laugh as much as this first game. They have a lot more conversation than like they're actual people instead of Shibito. But they are Shibito, essentially. But yeah, I fucking hate playing the Shu. And when you have Shu as a companion later on, it's gonna be so much worse, because if you hated dealing with the blind chick in the first game, you are going to hate Shu even more. Oh god, you are going to wish you had the blind fucking chick back in this fucking game as a companion, rather than having Shu as your fucking companion. I'm being serious. This is gonna be pain. Yeah, as you can tell, like, when I was recording this is almost completely blind, except I'm using a walkthrough. And this is my first playthrough of Siren 2. Unlike Siren 1, where that was my second playthrough at least, I've already done for the entire game. This is my first. This is my first experience of the fucking game, so there'll be a lot of jump cuts and shit to get rid of the fuck-ups and such. But, yeah, like, this is gonna be very annoying and shit, and also, it's not an elephant in the room, but this one is a good elephant. If you die and get a game over, you do not lose your archive or some objective bullshit. You keep anything you have done or collected, no matter what. So you don't have to actually beat, well, you do have to beat the mission or to save it, but you don't have to actually go through the entire level without fucking up once. You can die a lot, and you can still keep everything you've done the mission. So, that's good. It makes the completionist in you be a lot more happier, and it makes it a lot more easier for you if you're going for 100%. But for anyone else, you don't really care that much. It's not too different on the completion of Siren fucking 1, almost. But you're gonna need it. You're really gonna need it because there's a lot of bullshit in this game as well. In fact, I have to say that there are some missions in Siren 2 that are harder than Akira's secondary objective in the second level. It is debatable, but I'm willing to say that there is a mission in this game that is much worse than doing that one fucking mission in 1 minute and 55 seconds, okay? Anyway, it's time for us to build this ship. We have to wait for the dog to get into position so we can move ahead. And we do have to crouch and move past the Shibito. And we need the dog's viewpoint to know if the Shibito is looking directly at me or not. Now, he's not going to do it if I'm standing right here. I have to get a bit closer, like that. Now the viewpoint is correct. And yeah, I have to wait for the flashlight motherfucker to look away. Now I can move. This is its pattern. I'm basically observing it right now and how long it takes. We have a lot of time to get past this guy. So, let's do so. There we go. Now the dog will follow me again. Well, the good news is if you're just going in a hallway, if you're going forward like that, you're fine. But if you are fucking moving, like, in a room or whatever, and the dog's with you, it is obnoxious. It is annoying. I hate it. Now, there's something I have to look at here, but I didn't know where. Because this is a problem that I had with the walkthrough. See, the walkthrough that anyone would use for Siren 1 is very straightforward. It lets you, you know, do the missions in a certain order to the walkthrough and such. That makes sense and such. In the walkthrough that is the best of Siren 2, it's essentially categorized by the character. So, you have to look for the character and then look for the mission. It's annoying. And it's also not very well done as well.
This path. That's right. I've been through here before.
The walkthrough said look for a gap by the stairs. That wasn't very easy to find. And yeah, there's a lot of moments in the walkthrough where it tells me to go somewhere and look for something, and it doesn't quite make sense on what it wants from me. It's not a great walkthrough, but it's the best we've got. Because you gotta remember, this game was only released in Europe and Japan. This game was never released to North America. And not only that, but this is the least played game, the least known game out of all 3 Siren games. The first game is well known for being the hardest, one of the hardest horror games ever. And the third game, the remake, everybody knows that because it's a PS3 game, and at this point, a PS3 game is going to be known by pretty much anyone in the world. So, there you go. Unless you're like the fucking basic series or whatever, like your fucking like bargain bin shit. In that case, yeah, nobody will know you. But Blood Siren, a lot of people know about that game. Forbidden Siren 2, as far as I know, is barely touched, barely known, and barely played. There's not a lot of gameplay out there of this game. In fact, there's not really a lot of Let's Plays out there of this game. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the first Let's Play, or at least the third. There's really not much gameplay of this game compared to Siren 1. And not only that, but this game is never going to be ported to PS4 because they only look for like games released in America, even though they choose the PAL version for some reason. And this game was never released in America, so it's not getting ported to PS4. So no widescreen or whatever. How sad. And no achievements. Anyway, mission accomplished. We get a cutscene now. And the cutscene is with Mamoru.
It's too weird. I just can't explain it all. Don't you think so too? Everything that's happening around us. And what about that woman? Do you know her?
My mom kept sending off doves. But none of the doves would ever come back. I have to go to her soon.
Your mom, does she really exist?
You're terrible! So you don't believe me either? You're not going to help me, are you?
No, it's just that
Get used to dialogue, folks. Like Siren 1, there's gonna be a lot of it. And yeah, here comes another one of those elephants in the room. The voice acting. By the way, now playing as Akiko in Uneasiness.
No! Don't look! What? Where am I? What happened? What happened to that tsunami? What's going on? And where's Soji?
Oh. Lucky me.
What was that? It's not usually like that.
Yeah, the voice acting. It's, you can sort of tell they're trying to sound Asian, have an Asian accent and such, and it's not good. In fact, I prefer the voice acting in the first game a lot more. Anyway, a car horn can be used to distract an enemy. Enemies return to their original position, and the inside of a car is not safe. You can be shot or dragged out by an enemy. So here's the thing. You can drive a car in this game. There's not a lot of moments where you can drive, but you can drive in this game like Siren 1, so that's nice. You don't go far though, so let me show you why. I mean, there's that, but there's another reason why, and also, the headlights of a car are going to be useful against these assholes. There you go. And we can also park our car anywhere we want in specific special areas by simply pressing the X button. So, we can pull it up now. So you have to drive up and then, you know, park there and get out of the car. Instead, you have to press the X button when you're at a specific point, and it just does it for you. Okay, I'm guessing that's Soji Abe. I haven't said it. I'm gonna call him Soji Abe. Okay, Soji Abe is his name. Also, there's no shadow around here in the toilet. I'm getting rid of him before he attacks me and acts a complete bastard, because they take a while to defeat the flashlight. And also, you can't attack shadows. You have to use the flashlight. And also, say hi to the umbrella. The umbrella is... it's about as useful as the first game. It's still a bit of a jokey weapon. But unlike the first game, there is a bit of oomph to it compared to the first game. So... it's not as useless as the first. It won't matter though, because you'll be getting a lot of weapons in this game. You can basically steal any weapon from a fucking Shibito, no problem. Now, I thought I was done here, like I had to look around to the fucking front or whatever. No, go somewhere else. But, from what I heard, he's not actually too far, and so yeah, I had to jump cut. I really did have to jump cut because I had to come back. There's gonna be a lot of jump cuts in order to save time, but yeah, I went back up the car and up the stairs and shit, because I should have actually done it in the first place, because I could have actually gone inside the area to the stairs and then find Soji here.
Are you really here? Whoa, you're here. What's going on? This is just too much.
You see what I mean with the voice acting, with the fact they're doing a fucking Asian accent and it's not that good, and it's obvious that it's fake, and it's obviously bad as well. Yeah. Let's just say it's annoying. Also, we can unlock the door here and leave and go around back to the truck. I'm gonna take this a safer way because there's enemies out there, and go back the way I came. The reason for this is because it's easier and it's safer. Also, if you get inside the car, you get a cutscene and an archive item, so you know.
Wait!
You drive.
What? You are joking.
I've only got a motorcycle license.
No way! I may have a car license, but I don't drive, okay?
Look, I don't know a single thing about cars, so would you just hurry up and drive?
And there you go. And we got Akiko's driver's license. Right. We can also hop the horn if we want to alert enemies. It's a lot louder than shouting. But then again, driving around is a lot louder than fucking shouting, so you know. But yeah, as you can see from the map, that's our entire drive spot. We can't go very far. There's a lot of fences around here, a lot of walls. And we can easily get stuck in the car, so it's not that great. But the car is useful for ramming speed on enemies. I won't be doing that though, because the enemies are not exactly in positions where I can do that. But the car will be useful for ramming into enemies at least. It won't be the safest, but it'll be a useful weapon at least, compared to the umbrella. But yeah, we need a different weapon, because the umbrella is not that good. And if I can see about this Shibito right here, because he didn't notice the flashlight on and such. But he noticed Soji, so, you know. Now, are you noticing something a bit here? Soji, with his fist, is actually fighting back. Yeah. And he grabs his weapon, too. I believe he does. Yeah, see, his weapon's gone. He grabbed the fucking weapon. he grabbed the fucking iron. The goddamn clothing iron. And he's gonna use it to beat the shit out of Shibito. This is so much better than the fucking companions in Siren 1 where they just run away and do nothing but get hit. And hide and be shit at it. Now they will fight back. And this is great. I'm glad they're fighting back, not being wimpy pieces of shit. But then you bring up the revenge thing they have. If they get hit a certain amount of times, they will go into a bit of a berserk mode where they will just go and fight any Shibito they want for like a few seconds or whatever. If it's close to their vicinity and they are alerted to it or you can see them, they'll go and beat the shit out of them, regardless of what the fuck Shibito has. And they'll also sort of ignore you as well. If you tell them to run away or whatever, they'll kind of ignore you and not do that. It's essentially the worst fucking thing ever. So yeah, I got shot, and there's also Shibito here. And he has a very nice weapon that I want. But yeah, now Soji's gonna go and with his fucking iron try to fight a guy with a goddamn gun. Get back here, I have a broad axe. I can handle this guy. You can't. Don't be a hero. Oh, for fuck's sake, Soji. For fuck's sake, Soji. You see what I mean about the fucking berserk thing? Fuck. Okay, back to this shit. I had to go and redo a lot of the shit, like in Soji and such. I didn't have to go and redo again the archive items and such. But, yeah. Fucking hell. Anyway, we're in this room, which is actually the wrong room. I had to go into the door that's next door to this. But I will explore anyway, because there's a lot to these areas. In fact, the map would actually change. As this is the area I have to go into. Because, yeah, that door is locked from the inside. There's a spot I have to go to get inside there, but I didn't see it. And I don't think you did either. The game told me you have to go through a window to get inside the door. And there's a lot of windows around there, but none of the windows are ones that I can just get out from. The window it's talking about is actually just a hole. You see what I mean about the walkthrough not being very helpful some of the time? Well, there you go. You see that? You see that little window there? That little, you know, opening there that's closed right now? These little openings next to the door? Yeah. One of them is open, and I can go there. And, you know, get inside. I can also explore a lot of these rooms. Like this room right here, it's broken into. There's a lot of open glass and shit. I can go into one of the doors here by simply breaking the window. Like so. There you go. I can go anywhere I want, really. There's no point, but you can explore wherever you want. And I thought this was the fucking door. I thought I had to break that window and go in here. But no. The walkthrough specifically tells me that I have to go into a specific smaller hole that is next to a door, not on the door. But when you read that walkthrough that I had to read, you would honestly think that that was the door, wouldn't you? If it told you to break a window and go inside room, you would definitely think that was the door to go through. That was the door to break the window on and go inside. Also, the AI does that a lot. This does a lot, and it's fucking annoying. I fucking hate how the AI can get in the way a lot of the time. Especially since there is friendly fire in this game. You can attack your companion, and your companion can also attack you. In fact, you can kill your companion. And your companion can kill you as well. You see what I mean with the whole double-sided bullshit where it's sometimes good and sometimes entirely horrible? Yeah. The room I have to go to on the other side. And fucking hell, I hate it. I really do not like how the combat is done in this game. And I really do not like the fucking... There's so much I don't like about this game. It's very experimental, but not that great. But yeah, I have to go into a specific room that has an open fucking window on the wall. Yeah, A301 is the door. This is the room, I believe, so I have to get in there. Which I can by either going back downstairs and going around, but there's a guy with a gun there, so it's better for me to actually go up the roof. But I took this guy's weapon, and now he has a shitty umbrella, so... You know... Fuck up the ice axe. So I can fuck up with it, so... And, yeah, that's the combat. It's not that great. Also, here's this guy again. With his fucking, you know, his little knife here, his big ol' axe. Which I can take. I'm not going to though, because I'm looking for the window. And there it is. That's the window it wants me to go through. The ventilation window. The walkthrough specifically said to go through a window. It didn't say a ventilation one. And there was a door in this area that had a window on it. And I can break it and get inside. I think that walkthrough is a bit of a vision on being more clear on where to go and what to do, because it's a bit confusing a lot of the time on what we have right now from that walkthrough. Yeah, that's all we can get from here. That's all you need. There's no point coming in here. It's just there so that we can fucking get another certain objective for Soji this time. And yeah, Shibito's come back from the dead. I can hear it, so I have to take care of him now. Where is he? I don't know where he is. Right. We're going back to the truck. The reason I'm going back to the truck is simple. Because we need to distract a Shibito of a gun. And you already saw the Shibito of the gun. And also, you might have also noticed that, I can only take 2 hits from a gun, really. Like, I get shot twice, it's over. Soji got shot like 4 or 5 times, and he was still fine. What the fuck? Anyway, there's the car. Let's go inside and park it in a specific spot. Because once I do, I can essentially use the horn and alert a motherfucker and bring him over and have him out of the way so we can get to the exit, which he is directly at right now. This, the good news is, you know that you've done it, like you've done the thing, if it shows what you had to do there. So that's nice. Lets you know that, yeah, you did the required action for a certain objective, you did that shit already, you're fine, you don't have to do it again. But yeah. Just up... Hey Soji. Just up here at a fence. Not this fence, but an actual, you know, fence. We have to use the horn. So I'm looking around for this fence. Because it doesn't really show you the fence, does it? It's just like a big fucking line. around here on the map. It's not that useful. Luckily, it tells me a specific direction. The walkthrough does. And I need to use a direction on the map in order to figure it out. So, great. Here's the spot. I park right about here. Yeah, right about here. And I use the horn. And now we're done. We can leave. And we should leave because Shibato's come over and shoot me otherwise. Right. We can now go to the exit. And there's something else to do here, so let's go to the exit. By the way, this is our last mission for the part. After this, I will essentially just end the part. And we'll continue on the next part. There's a lot more I did in this recording. I went on for like 2 hours, essentially. I will show that and more in the next part, because this has been going on for long enough, an hour and a half, almost. And really, I think you've already gotten most of what this game is going to pull on me. And you've also gotten most of my complaints about Siren 2 as well. So I think, for the most part, you will be fine with the rest of this. It won't be me ranting about how I think Siren 1's better than Siren 2 and all that bullshit. I'll try not to go that route, but it won't be easy. Because right now it's pretty bad, but it gets so much fucking worse later on. Oh god, it gets so much worse. Mission accomplished, though. Our reward is a cutscene. And it's with the bald guy, Takaki. Yeah, I think you can guess who that was too. Anyway, next time in Forbidden Siren 2, we'll be playing some more again. There he is. And we'll be doing the next mission of the game, which is called Maze. See you then.